Hi guys, welcome to Code Bashers. In this video, I will be discussing the interview experience of Capgemini. This interview took place on 15th May 2021. Guys, in this video, I will be discussing both the technical round questions as well as the HR round questions. So guys, make sure that you watch this video till the end so that you can get to know the level of the questions which are getting asked. Guys, this will be part 1 of this series, interview experience series. More interview experience will be posted on my channel. So guys, make sure that you subscribe this channel as well as join my Telegram group also. I post a lot of updates on different companies which are hiring as well as the questions which are getting asked in them. So guys, now let's start this video, and before starting the video, please hit the like button as well as the subscribe button for this channel. Okay, so branch of my friend is IT. The date of the interview was 15th May 2021. Duration was 20 minutes. Now, first the technical round questions. So the first question is, tell me about yourself. Guys, if you are following my channel from long time, I have always told that this is the most common as well as the most important question of your interview. This question will decide that where your interview will lead and which all questions will be asked by you. So my friend told that he is confident in Java and SQL. So let's make sure that you only tell those skills in about yourself where you are confident and you can answer any of these questions. Okay, so he told out Java and SQL. Now the next question was, what is polymorphism? Now we know that polymorphism, the word polymorphism means having many forms. So it can be explained easily by in this diagrammatically form. See, polymorphism can be divided into two parts. One is the compile time polymorphism, another one is the runtime polymorphism. Now, compile time polymorphism happens at compile time and runtime happens at runtime. Now, compile time can also be divided into two parts. That is function overloading, where we have two or more functions with same name but different arguments, and second one is the operator overloading, where we give some properties to the operator. Like plus operator can be used in general is used to add two numbers, but using operator overloading, plus operator can also be used to add two strings. Now next one is the runtime polymorphism, and it has virtual functions as its one of its types. So guys, if you want to read these things in detail, I will give you the link in the description box so that you can read from there. Now the next question is, define these three terms, that is what is factorial, what is Fibonacci, and what is palindrome. So first of all, factorial. See, what is a factorial? So given a number n, if we start to multiply it, let's suppose there is an example of 4. So what we'll do for factorial 4, we'll do 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 till 1. The answer will be, this is the factorial. That is, if we are given a number n, then we'll keep multiplying it till it becomes 1. That is n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 till it becomes 1. So this is what a factorial is. Next is Fibonacci. So here is an Fibonacci series. That is, first element is 0, then is 1, then again is 1, then 2, then 3, then 5, and then 8, and it will carry on till end. Now, what is this Fibonacci series? So main logic behind Fibonacci series is the current term is equivalent to the sum of the previous term plus the previous term of that term. That is, this particular term will be a of n is equivalent to a of n minus 1, that is this one, plus a of n minus 2, that is this 0. So if we consider any of the element like this 5, so this 5 will be equivalent to, this is an, this will be equivalent to this 3 plus this 2, that is an is equivalent to a of n minus 1 plus a of n minus 2. Now the next is palindrome. So we all know that what is a palindrome. So palindrome, you can say, when we have certain things, let's suppose we have a string and we start reading it from left to right, and when we will be reading it from right to left, then also it is same, like level. If we are reading from left to right, then it is level, and when we are reading it from right to left, then also it is level. And similarly this other word. So these both the words are palindrome. These are the example of palindrome. So I hope these three terms are clear to you. Now the next question is a very simple question, that what is an array? Okay, so an array is a collection of items stored at contiguous memory location. That is, if one item is stored at, let's suppose, this memory location, then the next item will be stored at the next memory location depending on its data type. So for example, it's a char. So we know that char only takes one byte of memory. So see here, u is stored at 200. Then the next item, that is b, it will be stored at 201, because we know that u only will take only 1 byte. So these are the contiguous manner. These things are stored in contiguous manner. So Defining an array in every language is different, but here is the syntax where we can define it in Java. So it is the syntax of Java. That is int square brackets, then the name of the array, then the new keyword, and then arr square brackets, and inside that we will pass in the length of the array. Now one more thing is that array will hold item of same data type at a particular time. So if it is an integer array, then it will only hold the integer values, and if it is a char array, then it will only hold the char values. There cannot be mixing of data types inside the array. I hope this is clear to you. Now the next question is, again this is very commonly asked in an interview, that what is the difference between a while and a do while loop. So let's first see the syntax. So here while loop is, the syntax of while loop is this, that is while condition and then the body of this while loop. Next is do while loop. So this is the syntax of a do while loop, that is we will write a do keyword, then we will write the body of the loop, and then the while keyword, and then in that particular thing we will pass the condition. Now what is the difference now? So in while loop, condition is checked first, then the statement is executed. So see, first this condition will be checked, and then if this condition matches, then only we will go inside this while loop. So this is the first point. Now no semicolon at the end of the while loop. So there are no semicolon at the end of this while loop. Similarly do while loop. So statement is executed at least one, thereafter condition is checked. See, in this do while loop, if first the statement will run, then the condition will be checked. So if the condition is false, then in do while loop at least one time the body statement will be executed. But in while loop, if the condition is false, then 0 times the conditions will be executed. Now similarly the second point is, in while loop there was no semicolon, but in do while loop there is a semicolon at the end of this loop. So you can see that here. So I hope the difference is clear to you. Now the next question is from the database, that is what is a primary key and a foreign key. Okay, so primary key is used to uniquely identify a record in the table. So we all know that there are lots of data inside a table, and we have to identify every tuple uniquely. So for that purpose we use a primary key. Now primary key can't have null values. So this is a property of primary key, that it cannot have null values, and all the values inside the primary key column should be unique. Now we can have only one primary key in the table. So again we cannot have multiple primary keys in the table. But on the other hand, what is a foreign key? See, foreign key is a field in the table that is a primary key in another table. So let's suppose we have two tables, the primary key of one table, and if that particular attribute is present in the another table also, that will become the foreign key of that particular table. So this what this line means. Now foreign key can accept multiple null values. So we know that primary key cannot accept null values, but a foreign key can accept null values. Next one is, we can have more than one foreign key in a table. So it is just opposite to primary key, that is we can only have one primary key in a table, but we can have multiple foreign keys in a table. Okay, so I hope this thing is clear to you. Now the next question, how to create a table in a database. Now here it was to write this, here we have to write the syntax for creating the table. For you guys, I have already written the syntax. So the keyword is create table, then the table name, that is the name you want to give to your table, and inside these parentheses you have to give the name of the columns and their data types. So you will define this is column 1, it will have name of column 1, then the data type of that particular column. So for example int, char, and so on. And similarly you can give name of column 2 and then the data type that particular column can hold. So I hope this syntax is clear to you. Now the last question of this technical round was, describe about your project. Okay, so as every one of you have different projects, so I will be focusing on the main points you want to tell the interviewer while you are explaining your project. So first of all is the describe about your project, that overall what your project does. Second thing is technology used in the project, that is what all technology stack you are using, like you are using Android or machine learning or some other language. Now the third is challenges faced in your project. So guys, whenever we are doing a project, there are always some challenges that we face, like a data is very big if you are doing a machine learning project or something else. So you must tell the interviewer about the challenges you faced. Now the next thing is the future scope. See, you are doing a particular project, so there must be any future scope for that particular project. So you must know that future scope for your project. Now the next is again the next thing is your role in a project. So guys, these are all the 5 points that you must prepare for every project you have in the resume, because interview can ask any one of the any one of the points. He can ask all the points, but he can also ask only one point, like what are the technology used in your projects, simple like that. And guys, remember that if your project is based on machine learning and you are implementing machine learning with the help of Python, so I have a video on my channel where I have discussed the most commonly used machine learning, most commonly asked machine learning questions in an interview, and most commonly asked Python questions in an interview. So guys, make sure that you watch those videos as well. I will give you the link in the I button of this video. So this was all for the technical round. It lasted for 20 minutes. Now the next was the HR round. Okay, so here the HR interview questions are very similar for all of the candidates and all of the companies as well. They are very common HR questions. So first question was, tell me about yourself briefly. So again, you can be asked to tell about yourself in HR round also. So guys, there are no right answer or wrong answer in HR interview. It's just based on the candidate who is answering it. So first was the tell me about yourself. You can simply say again those things which you have said in the technical round. Next thing is, what are your strengths and weaknesses? So guys, you must prepare your 2 strengths and 2 weaknesses for this answer. You should not say in any interview that you do not have any weakness. It will put a very bad impression on the interviewer. So you always have 2 strengths and 2 weaknesses, plus you must have a real life example where you have realized that you have these are your strengths and these are your weaknesses. So it will again be it will put a very good impression if you give them a real life example of your strengths and weaknesses. Now next is, are you fine with night shifts? Again, it all depends on you. If you are fine, you can say yes. If you are not fine, you can say no. Last is, are you fine with bond and relocation? So again, it totally depends on you whether you are fine or not. So guys, this was all for this HR interview experience. It lasted for almost about 5 minutes for this candidate, and plus I have a video on my channel where I have discussed the most commonly asked HR interview questions. So I have discussed their 9 questions. So make sure that you watch that video also. Guys, this was it for this video. I hope you liked the video. If you want more such interview experiences, please like this video as well as comment down. And guys, please join my Telegram group because I am posting regular stuff on that particular groups. Thank you for watching this video.